Clara Tamura, and I will be doing a position presentation for Group 5 on paradigm shifts in astronomy. The prompt I will be discussing in this presentation is, should we invest more money in research in SETI, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence? My one-word answer to this prompt is no. I argue that the search for extraterrestrial intelligence does not have enough evidence nor experimental procedures that would prove the existence of extraterrestrial intelligence, and that funding should be allocated elsewhere. First, I will discuss some evidence for the existence of extraterrestrial intelligence. In 1901, Nikola Tesla claimed that he was receiving radio communication from Mars. He was receiving faint sounds and sequential fairy taps at a fixed interval from a radio receiver. Later on in 1960, Frank Drake, Carl Sagan, and several other scientists were detecting signals in the close solar system, and were working on technology that could detect signals from farther. And Frank Drake created an equation to estimate the number of civilizations out in the galaxy that could be also sending out signals like they were. Although Tesla and Drake and several other scientists claim that they have evidence that support the existence of extraterrestrial beings, they really do not have anything to verify that these truly were from the extraterrestrial. For example, the signals that Tesla was receiving on the radio, they could have been the reflection of microwaves off the Earth's ozone layer, and coincidentally, he was picking them up. And Drake's equations cannot be verified using analytical, or experimental, or computational models. The idea of extraterrestrial beings is a huge media topic broadcasted in movies, TV shows, and the media. Receiving funding for SETI would probably be easier through social media and the public, as receiving funding for scientific research is rather difficult. The NSF is a famous organization that provides grants and funding to scientific research, and receiving an NSF grant is a huge honor, but it is extremely competitive. The criteria they follow when rewarding grants and funding to research are the following. The first criteria is, what intellectual merit does the proposed research have? In the context of SETI, it would be, how would the result of finding extraterrestrial intelligence impact the realm of astronomy? The result of finding an extraterrestrial intelligence could mean in a paradigm shift that would shift the model of the universe as we know it. The second criteria is, what are the broader impacts of the proposed activity? In other words, what benefit would SETI provide to society? For example, such as promoting learning, enhancing infrastructure and technology, or engaging underrepresented minorities. And the final criteria is how the research can be integrated to education, which is pretty straightforward. It would be how the result of finding extraterrestrial intelligence promote education. Although arguments could be made for funding SETI, evidence is required to support the proposal. Since there's so much uncertainty in extraterrestrial intelligence, I argue that it would be very difficult to convince funding organizations to unpredictable scientific research. Another argument I have against funding SETI is based on what Kuhn says about the normal science stage. Kuhn says that normal science is when members of a field share a recognition of key past achievements in their field, beliefs about which theories are right, an understanding of important problems of the field, and methods for solving those problems. Additionally, he says a period in which research is well structured. I argue that SETI is not in the normal science phase yet, as there is no structured research for it, and there are no shared recognitions of past achievements and theories, and that there isn't really a problem to solve for yet for SETI. In the context of engineering, when solving problems, we make analytical models and computational models to predict the results of the experiments and mechanical behaviors of a system. We create math models and Python models because it saves cost and raw materials. I argue that until there is a better procedure of experimentation, such as better instrumentation and technology, and a solid analytical or computational model that hypothesizes the existence of extraterrestrial life forms, funding should be limited for SETI. Therefore, funding should be allocated to research such as computational modeling, as it could potentially aid in hypothesizing the existence for extraterrestrial life forms. Thank you.